Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. Very happy to have the recruiter guy, Bill Humbert here, author of The Recruiter Guy's Guide to Finding a Job. Welcome, sir, to the show.
Thank you, Joe.
Always fun to have you here, but I know it's Friday, dude, but come on now. Maybe a little underdressed.
A little different than what I usually look like, huh?
I like it. You're very cash today. Iowa cricket farmer. We're going to talk about that in a minute because I want to know more about that. But in the meantime, what I wanted to talk about a little bit was the fact that you have kind of a big weekend coming up. There's a lot of people in town, many from out of town. We've got a lot of events around our surrounding area, over at Heber and over at Soldier Hollow. So lots of different places where you can go and meet people and have fun, have some new friends. So talk to me about what I think might be critical to that is you could meet some people not only for new friends, but possibly some new work alliances.
You're right, Joe. And you just have to make it easy for them to talk to you. So that's what I do. I make it easy. I wear my Iowa cricket farmer shirt.
It's bound to start up a conversation.
It will.
Okay, does this kind of harken back to our childhood a little bit?
It does. Think about it. When you're a child, you're networking naturally.
Yeah.
Let's say that's a Dr. Seuss book.
Right.
And you're holding it.
Yeah.
And I want it. And I go, where'd you get that?
Right, you want to know.
You want to know.
It starts the conversation.
It starts a conversation.
Your shirt and that comment remind me of 1977. Oh boy, dating all of us.
Were you 3?
Yeah, 7. Luckily, my mom decided to make the math easy and start me out on a 10. Really, 1970.
I see.
So 77, wearing a shirt that says Darth Vader lives.
Nice.
Yeah. And boy, did that get some conversation started because a lot of kids were really angry about that idea, right?
Funny.
Kind of the same thing, but that's the whole point. It's a starter, an icebreaker, something.
Right. And when I travel, I went to a little high school in Hyattsville, Maryland, DeMatha High. That when I was there, this will age me. When I was there was a kid playing on Power Memorial's team by the name of Lou Alcindor.
Oh yeah.
Later, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah.
Twice Power Memorial came down to play DeMatha, and Power Memorial won by 3 the first year, and Kareem's senior year of high school, DeMatha won by 3 points. Only game he lost in high school. And as a result of that game and then other games since then, DeMatha has a reputation that's nationwide.
Oh, I bet.
So
people
yesterday,
know who it is.
Yeah. And it's a tiny school, a tiny Catholic school in Maryland. But I was in my client's office, in the controller's office yesterday at Cache Valley Electric, and we were talking about D.C. And I said, yeah, I grew up in a little high school, went to high school out there. And he goes, oh, yeah, which one? And I said, DeMatha. And he goes, wow, they've got a pretty good basketball team.
Wow.
So even in Salt Lake City, they know DeMatha.
So you're out in one of these public settings, like say Miners Day, for instance, right? You can certainly meet the Rotary, and that's a really good place to do some networking.
It is.
I mean, wow. You're going to meet some power players in our community, some people who care, some people who are willing to share, some people who are willing to see you, succeed, because it means we all succeed. They get it.
Right.
Okay, that's one area. But Joe Public, somebody you meet right there watching the balls go down Main Street, might be your next real key to a great job.
You're right. And the thing is, what this does is it allows you to be quiet and have someone else start the conversation.
Best way to do it. Because we get off to the right foot, which is we want them to talk anyway, right?
That's right. You want to find out about them. And so if you want to think about this is your web. And you're the spider.
I like it.
And they just, as soon as they start chatting with you, you've got them in your web.
Okay. I like that analogy. And you've always seemed a little spiderish to me.
Well, I've heard that.
you have 4, but it looks more like 8.
Yeah. Well,
they're fast. Exactly. But that is it. You kind of get them kind of caught up into your web, and then you get to start asking some key questions. and eventually you start to build some rapport. And that's, I think, key as well, right?
Exactly.
Without that, we can't go anywhere.
You don't. And people love to talk about themselves.
Okay.
And they'll ask you some questions about whatever T-shirt you happen to have on.
And then you start asking them some questions.
And then, where are you from? Oh, what do you do? Because in the United States, our identity is so tied to what we do. And
it's going to come up pretty soon.
It'll come up. And you're just striking a conversation. The point that's really important, though, where a lot of people mess up on networking, is they don't understand that networking has to go both ways.
Right. It can't just be for you.
It can't just be for me. And part of what I'm doing...
And that's disingenuous if it was. You wouldn't, what are you going to get out of that? Nothing.
Right. Nothing. And why would they want to help you?
Right.
So what I do when I'm talking to them, I just start letting the brain cells put together. And I go, well, have you tried this? Or are you aware of that company? Maybe they might be able to buy your product or use your service or whatever. So I try to make connections.
Yeah. And that's, I think most of us can figure out a way to do that for people. We just need, as you said, kind of open it up and think a little bit, think a little outside the box. And sometimes that can lead to some really great things. It could lead to the possibility of somebody saying, really, this is what you're doing? Let me tell you about what we do and how you might fit into that. All of a sudden, some doors open.
Exactly.
It's interesting how that works.
Yes.
Okay.
And it does work that way.
Yeah. And we shouldn't be ashamed of that if we're offering something back.
No. No, if you're offering something back, that's what networking is giving back.
Yeah.
So it's really important that you offer something back.
Okay. I'm liking this a lot. So this is, again, a good weekend to start and try and learn that. Make some new friends. We can start there first, right? Friendship is a key to all of this. So if we do nothing more than make some new friends, we've done something special right there.
What have you lost?
Exactly.
So you talk to people and, you know, go back to being the kid who wants a Dr. Seuss book. Where'd you get that?
Okay. All right, now we got to ask you about the Iowa Cricket Farmer. So tell me a little bit about this. This is actually a family-owned business of your family.
Of my daughter and son-in-law.
This is exciting.
In Keystone, Iowa.
Yeah?
And they're growing crickets for human consumption.
Okay.
And there's actually a company in Salt Lake City, Chapul.
They make some kind of interesting candy.
They make great.
Not candy is not the right. Well, they do have candy, but they have bars and protein bars.
Yeah. And I've had their peanut butter chocolate one.
It's pretty good.
It's really good. The only thing is, about 3 hours later, I just get the sense I want to put my legs together like that.
So you make a little more noise at night. You're harder to sleep next to.
That's right.
That's what your wife says.
Will you please stop rubbing your legs together?
You're making noise and the bed's getting hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is awesome. So they're selling primarily to places like that, like Chapul, things like that. So they're getting some crickets. And have you been back yet to see it?
Oh yeah, it's really cool. They've got 90,000 crickets there right now.
Wow.
And the building that they've got, they think they can put 1.8 million crickets in.
All right, father of a cricket farmer.
Yep.
This recruiter guy, Bill Humbert. Also, his book available at all of the major retailers as well as online. It's the Recruiter Guy's Guide to Finding a Job. I think he knows a little something about that, and hopefully you'll find some new networking this weekend as a result. Thank you so much, as always.
Thanks, Joe.
More on the Mountain Morning Show in the next hour, right after this.